Hi guys, I just want to do a quick recap of my first time going to the band's Warped Tour. This year was my first year going, and I have to say I had the most amazing time ever. It was literally one of the best experiences I've had in my life. These are the people that I saw: Memphis Mayfire, Falling in Reverse, Of Mice and Men, Pierce the Veil, and Sleeping with Sirens. I don't know if you guys noticed this on my Tumblr or anything, but I have been dying to go to Sebring for the longest time. In middle school, I heard about it, and high school, but I felt like I was too small to go, and then I never grew. So yeah, me being my short self, I was just like totally afraid that I was gonna get squished. And then I was like, you know what? If I don't take risks, I'm not gonna have fun. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go with it because I know there are people who are shorter than me that went, and I was just like, I need to go. And it's all these bands that I got into. It's just such an amazing experience. Like, if you haven't gone, you have to go. If you're short, just go with a tall person, go with a tall friend. It really is like one of the best things to experience. I've actually ended up meeting up with one of my friends from Tumblr, Serena. I finally met her, and I was so excited. I was actually worried because it was almost time for the Of Mice and Men signing. I was looking at my watch and I was like, oh my gosh, it's almost 3:30, and like she's not here yet, and I was waiting for her and she didn't know that there was a signing. Or rather, she didn't have a ticket. So I waited for her, and then I told her that I was going to go meet them because I had my ticket. And she just tagged along, and we were in line, and she was like, oh yeah, I made this bowl for Austin, and if you can give it to him, you know, maybe like see if you can take me inside just like for a second so he can see me. She ended up actually meeting like the whole band with me. They were taking people with tickets first, and then after that they took people that didn't have them and they let them go. At that signing there weren't any photos. We weren't allowed to take photos or anything, so it was just like autograph. They're all really sweet, they're really nice people, and when I got to Austin, like, he's been like an inspiration to me for a while now. Like, I haven't been into their music that much, like, because I've only been listening to them for a few months, but I heard Austin's story and it really hit home to me. I was there and I got choked up, and I couldn't say what I wanted to say to him except like, can I have a hug? And then he gave me a poster and he signed it along with my little autograph book that I have. And after that, it was my friend Serena's turn, and she was so stoked. And I was watching her because I already had gotten out of the tent, and I was just watching from like outside, and there was like a security guard telling me like to back up, and I was like, alright. So I was just kind of watching from afar, and she got to Austin. She gave her the bowl that she made. She gave him the bowl that she made, and the look on his face was priceless. He was so happy. My friend came out and she was like, oh my gosh, Austin gave me an invite to his next signing for Aspire and Create. I tagged along, and then we ended up staying at the acoustic basement to just like cool off and like hang out for a bit until the time that we were supposed to be at the other signing. It was almost our turn and we were hyperventilating like crazy. It felt so surreal. Like, it still feels surreal to me right now because of the impact he's made on me. And I know he's made an impact on a lot of other people too, and it was our turn to go. She took her pictures. It was really nice of him because he was like, oh, it's you guys! So it just put like a huge smile on our faces that he remembered us. And it was my turn, and I said hi to him, and then we hugged. I felt like it was a really long conversation. It was like about 5 minutes long, I think. I'm not trying to brag, it's just usually those things, those signings, you don't get to talk to them for that long, but he actually took the time to talk to me, and he just gave me so much hope and inspiration, and he told me that everything will be alright, I have nothing to worry about. The whole thing was just crazy to me. And then after that, my friends and I were like, we have to go see Pierceville. We sprinted to the amphitheater. It was crazy. And then we looked, and then we were just like, this is too far. So we climbed over so many rows of seats. We ended up pretty close, actually, like maybe 5 rows out of the way, and then there was the floor, and then the barricade, and then the stage. After Pierceville was sleeping with Sirens is set, and we chilled out for a bit in the amphitheater after Pierceville because there was so many people leaving. So we just decided to wait for a few minutes, and then we finally went. We were standing at the beginning of the concert, was not where we ended at the end of the day. They were the last band that we saw. We were a little bit far, like maybe like in the middle, I guess. The band started playing, and I was freaking out, and I was getting mad because there's all these tall people around me, and I'm like, I hate being short. But then people started moving around, and then like it was up to the point where I wasn't even listening to the music anymore. I just needed to figure out how to breathe. Because literally people were like on top of you, and then people started crowd surfing. I got kicked in the face, and I was like, that's it, I can't take it anymore. And then I kept moving, and every time I got pushed, I got closer and closer to the front. So I was like, you know what, this is actually not bad, I'm just gonna stay here. And I risked being smushed on the floor, but actually I almost fell a couple of times, but the guys that were around me, they were very like, I guess they realized like, oh my gosh, I have to take care of this girl, she's so small. You know, they all like picked me up every time I got down, almost fell down. And I was really grateful for them. And then it got to the point where I was like 3rd row from like the very front, like by the barricades and the security guards, and there was this really tall boys next to me, like 4 of them, and I'm like, I can't breathe. So they all just like pushed everyone like away from me so I could get air for a second. And then I was just like, they're like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. After like 2 minutes, I was like, no, I can't take this anymore. And then when I saw people when they were getting crowd surfed, they got crowd surfed to the front, and then they ended up seeing Kellen. So I was just like, oh my gosh, maybe I should do that. So I just told the guy next to me, I'm like, I can't breathe, can you lift me up? So he picked me up, and I got lifted up, and I got out. And then I ended up losing my shoe, and I turn around and I'm like, oh my god, I can't find my shoe. And no one was listening to me because the guards were watching the people just in case someone fell. I was just like, whatever, I'll find it afterwards, because they were pretty much at their last song. I turn around, and then Kellen is right in front of me, and he looked like he was laughing at me because I guess he was standing there for a while, and I didn't realize that he was right behind me. So I freaked out. He reached out for his hand, and I shook his hand. I was like, hi, Kellen. Like fangirling and like in my head. If you ever have a chance to crowd surf, do it. You will regret not doing it. I promise you, you'll be fine. And if just be careful out there. You know, we're all a family. That's what I learned. And you know what? For getting dark and getting sunburned on my face, it was worth it. It was totally worth it. Oh my god, I'm sorry, this video is so long. You're probably bored of me talking right now because I'm fangirling like crazy.